Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy up next. I'm gonna come back with another video. Hey man, look, I gotta make sure that my audio, everything is working correctly. Give me 1 second, man. Alright, cool. Let's get straight into it, y'all. Shout out to GOAT. Lakers versus Wolves. Game 1 was a wake-up call. Let's get it, let's go.
Game 1 between the Lakers and the Wolves was a wake-up call.
Ant-Man got his air fryer out, ready to cook. Pulls the three, and it's wet. The best three-point shooter in the NBA this year.
With home court on the line, Los Angeles and Minnesota collided under the bright lights. The theme of the game, physicality, and controlling the controllables. The following is a full tactical breakdown of this first battle, and the initial problems that came up before the first set of major adjustments that will be implemented in the series. All right, GOATs, today we've got an awesome sponsor, Prize Picks, the ultimate lose on Doncic. However, Randall also got a crack at him early, but he got burned immediately in space.
Guarded by Randall this time, good contest.
Before getting punished for ball watching on Reeves.
Luka with the cut and the layup.
On the other end, Minnesota had practiced using the left slot as a release valve for skip passes whenever in trouble on ball, but the execution simply wasn't there early on.
Well, that's the second consecutive cross-court pass that has ended up, this one ends up in the second row.
With Hayes playing at the level, Ant split the coverage to get Minnesota on the scoreboard. From the jump, Edwards had no problem getting past the Lakers' first line of defense, but the third line from Hayes was protecting Reeves at the point of attack.
Edwards against Reeves, former USA basketball teammates. Edwards missing at the rim.
With Randall recklessly closing out, Rui was the beneficiary off the X-out Wolves rotation.
Sprays it out to Hachimura for three. Got it. Rui Hachimura.
On the flip side, the Lakers' communication when switching was poor at best. Here, Braun was guarding Randall, but the coverage on the DHO switch was executed in a very laissez-faire manner. Off the handoff, with Gobert in drop, Luka went full Luka magic.
Doncic off the dribble handoff. Finney-Smith checked into the ball game. Luka is on one right now to start this game.
Offensive rebounds, which I projected to be a problem for LA in this series, kept haunting the Wolves instead, and LA was feasting off ball reversal distance shots from the opposite corners.
Hachimura from deep. Laces it.
Defensively, the Lakers had all passing lanes on lockdown precautions, and lack of awareness was also being preyed upon.
And he got peeled clean by LeBron James.
However, Anthony Edwards was a problem off the dribble. Just ask Rui.
Hachimura picks up Edwards, 7 on the shot clock. Goes tween. Oh, man, he put him on his backside, but got blocked at the rim, man.
On his drives, JJ had Gabe peeling off to contest the corner shooter, and all that attention on him was opening up great opportunities for his shooters. Defensively, Minnesota was making some unserious mistakes, like two going with the cutting Reeves while leaving Doncic wide open.
Doncic is locked in. We're on a fish grease alert right now. He's up to 12 already here in the first quarter.
With Gobert on an island, it was wolf hunting season.
Slams on the brakes. He's out here doing a clinic.
While offense had been a bit of a grind to start for Minnie, great results were coming when they ran in transition.
Edwards running the lane in full flight, raises up and lays it home. That time they finished.
And in the half court, Ant was the only one who could create meaningful advantages for the Wolves.
Edwards steps through and lays it home on the floater.
With Randall gambling for the LeBron fumble, Minnesota's defense was thrown into rotation, and LA cashed in off the Luka hockey assist.
Got it. Inside. One more to the corner. Gabe Vincent. Butter.
And those Lakers offensive rebounds? Yup, still a problem for the Wolves.
Got his own miss. Vanderbilt back out to Finney-Smith, open from deep. Rattles it home.
On the other side of the court, when Luka got cross-matched on Randall, Braun was a chicken with its head cut off, and Naz Reid was doing his part to help Ant with the scoring load as a secondary creator. 28-21, a 7-point lead for LA to start. JJ had been pleased with the effort in the first.
Hey, our communication right now is great. Our stick hands are great. Our physicality. Everything we talk about is really good right now.
But the second quarter was a completely different story. The Wolves came out hunting one man, Austin Reaves, and Mike Conley was tremendous with the drive and kick reads.
He's not going to like that three ball by McDaniels, but
McDaniels' three-point shooting may be a swinger in this series. With Randall in the post, Vandy sank too deep in the gap to help, and Minnesota capitalized.
Back out to Reed for three for the lead. Got it.
And the law of averages proved true once again, as the trend on the offensive glass finally flipped to the Wolves' favor, as it should.
McDaniels left that short, got it back, and laid it in.
With the Wolves making a run, LeBron decided to stop the bleeding with some old man YMCA bully ball.
Now with the Phoenix Suns.
James spins, fires, got it, and one. LeBron James on the board.
Unfortunately, LA was getting picked apart by Minnesota's run game.
Tipped out all the way to Randall. They got a 2-on-1. Alexander Walker to Conley from the corner pocket three. Butter.
Minnesota kept pushing the pace, but LeBron pulled another signature block out of left field.
The fly. James packed that.
He knew that all the way, timed that out.
Second chance points, LA's Achilles heel, led to Minnesota securing the lead for the first time in the game. Refusing to play against an organized Lakers defense, the Wolves were thriving in semi-transition. Rudy found himself isolated on an island against James, and even without help, he stayed in front and deterred the rim attempt.
And Gobert got the block on James.
Sparking more transition backbreakers against LA.
And running again, a 3-on-2. Reed out to the three-point line. Splash down. Timeout Lakers.
Out of the timeout, Luka drew 2 to the ball, while Rui popped out to the top of the key for the tray. While Rudy had fared well against Braun in isolation, Luka was a different kind of headache to deal with.
Whistle, foul. And Doncic will go to the free throw line.
This game was the Wolves' best catch-and-shoot performance from 3 all season.
On the drive, the kick to Reed, and another three ball by the reigning sixth man of the year.
As they made 64% of their catch-and-shoot threes, 18 of them in total, LeBron and Finney Smith connected on a simple give-and-go that cut the deficit to single digits.
Back to James. Foul and one.
But just when the Lakers were trying to crawl back,
here he is off the wide action, and DiVincenzo pulls it and laces the deep three. Dante with some dynamite.
As Minnesota walked into halftime up 59-48, completely in control. Up 11, Minnesota started the third with Ant burning Reaves at the point of attack and hitting shooters one pass away.
Toward LA by 18.
Edwards sprays it out to McDaniels. The corner three is pure.
As well as Randall holding his own in the post against Braun.
Caught it instead on the fadeaway.
The Lakers then started strong hedging the Ant pick and rolls. But even when they forced misses, their inability to close out possessions was bleeding practice shots to Minnesota.
Floater comes off, got it back. Randall from deep. And they cash in on a second opportunity.
Add to that the fact that they continued exploiting LA's poor transition defense, and you had a recipe for disaster. Reaves, who had been 1 of 6 in the first half, continued struggling, and the Wolves kept scorching from distance.
Minnesota went after him on the defensive end.
Edwards, it's butter. Minnesota on a roll.
14-0 run for Minnesota. Timeout Lakers. Coming out of the break, Minnesota went to an unnecessary zone and LeBron cashed in. But then they started leveraging big-to-big connections with Randall in the short roll.
Rudy Gobert converting.
With the Lakers finally seeing a 5-4 advantage in transition, Reaves was able to exorcise his demons because Minnesota was doing a great job of breaking down the Lakers' defense. The end result was that even when they missed shots, LA was not in position to grab rebounds. So the cycle of Hollywood pain continued.
Float game comes out, got it back. Randall and one. Julius Randall putting some muscle in his hustle.
Suffocating defense from McDaniels meant that Conley got to walk into one with little resistance.
He pulls the three, and it's all coming up good.
And that suffocating D continued. A LeBron gamble meant that Ant could again walk into another one with little resistance.
Off the dribble three, Anthony Edwards, hotter than fish grease.
When LeBron James went for that steal, gambled on it.
And with all eyes on Ant, swing advantages off the skip pass were leading to high percentage looks for the Wolves.
Daniels races up inside over Luka for the bucket.
By this point, Minnesota was completely comfortable with single coverage on all Lakers.
Discombobulated and disconnected as Reeves knocks down the three.
And the little that they could manage was nothing against this juggernaut of a team that absolutely could not miss.
Daniels onto the corner. Edwards sets his feet. Wet.
It was raining threes in Hollywood, and the fans were shell-shocked.
Look at this guy. Naz Reid connects again.
The Lakers did manage to put a dent into the deficit, courtesy of the 40-year-old.
Like that. They just did. Here's James. Puts his shoulder down, put his head down. Got the lay. And we got a timeout, Minnesota.
But just when you thought that the Wolves would have the final word, Luka magic happened.
Work expeditiously and got it to go! Off glass at the buzzer!
With Ant out to start the fourth, Randall was in the driver's seat, giving LeBron a taste of his own medicine.
Randall gonna do a little bit more heavy lifting.
The Lakers responded by targeting Conley defensively, catching the Wolves slipping on a miscommunication. Luckily for them, their engine checked back in, and he immediately went to work attacking Luka off the bounce.
Luka trying to press up on Ant with pristine, pulchritudinous footwork. Edwards knocks down the midi.
And he continued making the right reads out of traffic.
Back out to a wide open Randall. Cash out.
Minnesota kept pulling Luka into the action as every time Edwards ran a pick, Luka was the target, and his perimeter defense couldn't hold up.
Got his air fryer out, ready to cook. Ant-Man gets it back, pulls the three, and it's wet. The best three-point shooter in the NBA this year.
The Lakers finally found some light when the Wolves doubled Doncic on the strong side, creating an easy lane for LeBron to slice through on the weak side.
James drives the closeout and punches it home. The lead is 14, plenty of time.
Plenty of time, and just really smart out of the double team.
But the Wolves just kept attacking LA's zone. McDaniels was everywhere. Defensively, his ball pressure was killing LA's rhythm, forcing them into late clock heaves. Meanwhile, Naz Reid kept punishing LA for collapsing.
Edwards with the tween. Over to Reid, catch and shoot three on the way, and he laces another one.
Down 19, the desperation was fully setting in for LA.
Point last 23 points.
Austin Reeves with a deep pull, no good.
And it only got worse.
Wow, and a little room service off the careless pass. DiVincenzo flying charter.
With LeBron doubling Randall in the post, the Wolves played the advantage, releasing McDaniels.
Little sidestep, little afro step.
And finally, down 23 with 3 minutes left, JJ waved the white flag. By the final buzzer, it was a 117-95 beatdown on the Lakers' home floor. The Timberwolves now have a commanding 1-0 lead on this series, and the Lakers have got 2.5 days to regroup before Game 2.
We'll get back in the film room tomorrow, look at the things that we did well, some of the things that we didn't do so well, and continue the game plan for Game 2. We have a couple days to prepare for it.
Anyways, wherever you are in the world, be the GOAT of that moment. Stay.
Next video, y'all comment y'all opinions down below.